If you have been around this channel for a while, you would know that I was waiting for the Moto G5 Plus to launch for quite some time now. And very rightly so. You see, last year despite its imperfections, the Xiaomi Redmi Note 3 had an unprecedented run. But this year, the Xiaomi Redmi Note 4 needs to compete with this smartphone in order to emerge as the best budget device in the town. But the Moto G5 Plus seems like a different device than what you would want the successor to be. It in fact seems that it's not even trying to compete with the smartphone that is priced under Rs 10,000. What does that mean? Is the phone good or bad? And most importantly, should you be spending your time and money on this? Are some questions that we would be definitely answering to in this video. But for starters, if you don't know me already, my name is Sid, and this is going to be my full review of the Moto G5 Plus. Now the reason I say that the Moto G5 Plus does not seem competing with the Xiaomi Redmi Note 4 is because of pricing. You see, you can get a Xiaomi Redmi Note 4 for as low as 9,999 in the Indian market. The Moto G5 Plus on the other hand has slightly more premium pricing. But does it justify the extra bucks you pay? Well, if I talk about the designing, not quite. You see, the phone looks a lot similar to last year's Moto G4 Plus in terms of its shape and overall looks, and that is not something to be very proud of. However, the back is completely changed. It does seem a bit inspired from its own Moto Z Play because of the protruding camera lens on the back, but that is about the looks. The feel is all of metal. Moreover, it's also got a curved back which helps in the ergonomics. It fits the phone very well in the palm. So, all in all, the back of this phone is pretty awesome. It's the front I have an issue with. You see, when I got the news that this phone is going to be a 5.2 incher, I was happy because that is a rare screen size to find in this day and age of phablets. Yet, just look at this phone. Look at the bezel. Look at the amount of bezel this phone has, especially on the top and the bottom. You see, it gives it the form factor of a 5.5 incher without adding to the screen real estate. So basically, you get a big phone but not a phone with a big screen. One change in the design, however, is last year's fingerprint scanner, which earlier used to feel useless, but this year doubles up as a navigation button. Yet, the controls are not intuitive and are very confusing, and hence, like me, chances are that you too would keep it off for the most part. So overall, the designing of the smartphone might not appeal to everyone, even though I feel that the 5.25 inch screen size would appeal to most people, because at the end of the day, you're only getting a screen size that is half an inch big or small, depending on what screen size you prefer, 5 or 5.5. But talking about the screen, the only issue there is that even though the resolution is Full HD, the display is not the brightest one out there. And even more frustrating is the adaptive display, which always sets the brightness to a level which is a notch dull for my desires. Yet that is something that can and should be solved with future software updates. Which now takes us to the next section, the software. You know I like Moto software, and this phone is no different. The Moto G5 Plus has a very likable operating system. It runs on Android Nougat, but it's based on Android 7.0, not Android 7.1.1, which is the latest one. However, it still packs in most features we like about the Moto software. It is completely bloat-free, it has a stock look and feel, a stock user interface, and also the addition that Moto puts in their phones, may it be the twist camera, or my favorite, the chop flash. Also, there are a couple of more features given this time, and most importantly, this smartphone would be supporting the Google Assistant, which is the most capable artificial intelligence in town right now, as we have seen it on the Google Pixel in the past. But while I do love stock software, they could have at least had a couple of more pre-installed wallpapers in my opinion than getting me to download an app for it. But beyond these nitpickings, there isn't much to hate about the smartphone. You see, Snapdragon 625 is a very capable CPU. Apart from running almost all games with absolute ease, it also is a very power efficient CPU. In fact, the battery life on the smartphone was very good. I was getting 1.5 days of regular usage on a single charge, which too is quick charge enabled. Yet the phone would not be able to outmatch Xiaomi Redmi Note 4's battery life performance, which was obvious considering it has a bigger battery on board. Talking about storage and RAM now, there are multiple options for you to choose from, but I was using the 32GB model with 4GB of RAM. And I found the memory management to be mildly aggressive, but nothing that you should be worried about. But all of what we have covered till now is just half of it. the sheen and the strength of this device is yet to come. This device has got awesome cameras. You get the 12 megapixel rear camera with dual pixel technology and the largest aperture on smartphone cameras right now, f1.7. All of which we have seen on Samsung Galaxy S7 in the past. So it's that camera technology which has been now brought into this premium budget segment. However, it does not mean that it can outmatch Samsung Galaxy S7 in terms of camera performance. By no means, trust me, I tried. What it does, however, mean is that Moto G5 Plus has got the best cameras in its class. The outdoor shots are amazing. The indoors too are mostly fine, though the phone prefers a natural tone of colors which might appear dull to some people who are used to Samsung high saturated colors. The night shots are fine, but I think that it could have been a bit better because the issue is that even in areas where there is sufficient lighting available, the phone by default goes into night mode. But the dual tone flash does indeed give it an edge over other smartphones who just have one blue light at their backs. So overall, the camera quality is definitely best in its price bracket, though I had some high hopes from it. I was hoping that it would be able to beat the OnePlus 3 and OnePlus 3T because it has S7's camera tech on board. Yet that is not the case, and more importantly, that is my personal expectation, not yours. The bottom line is the smartphone cameras are pretty awesome for their pricing. The phone can also shoot in 4K, it has dual microphones for video recording and also has a slow motion video whose quality I quite liked. Now the selfies might not be the best in class because of the presence of Oppos and Vivos in the market. However, I do appreciate the presence of a screen flash on the smartphone, which makes the night photos more visible than most of its peers out there. Lastly, talking about the remaining features, I love the fact that you can have 2 nano SIMs and 1 micro SD card at the same time in the same slot. Or the fact that the phone comes with a water repellent nano coating which makes it splash proof. Also present on this phone are NFC sensors and gyroscope for those people who prefer having them on board. And that concludes my analysis of the Moto G5 Plus. Now let me tell you in my verdict section, would I recommend you buying it or not? Now, even the Moto G5 Plus has certain issues to deal with. Maybe an underwhelming audio output, a display that is not as bright as the Xiaomi Redmi Note 4, or a design that does not appeal to everyone. Yet, for whatever the phone packs within, it is a great offering. You see, not everyone likes Xiaomi devices. There are some people I know who do not want to buy Xiaomi smartphones. Moto, on the other hand, is a very reputable brand in India. Plus, if we talk about specifications and features, they are at par with what the competitors are offering out there, and the cameras, on the other hand, annihilate most competition out there. So, in terms of an overall package, I do recommend buying a Moto G5 Plus for anyone looking for a good budget smartphone. Even though I don't understand what mess Lenovo has made of the new Moto lineup. You see, Moto G5 Plus is priced similar to the Moto M. Yet in terms of features and specifications, it totally outclasses the Moto M by a big margin. The Moto Z Play, on the other hand, is a bit more expensive smartphone, yet the cameras are better on the Moto G5 Plus. Moreover, Lenovo is so serious about bringing modularity. I thought that this time they could have incorporated the Moto mods on the Moto G5 Plus as well, because it's not a cheap smartphone any longer. Lastly, you need to give me a good answer for this. Why did they not go for Moto M's design language, which was so damn unique? Instead of coming out with this design which looks like an incestuous crossbreeding between the Moto G4 Plus and the Moto Z Play. But all said and done, the Moto G5 Plus, in my opinion, is an amazing buy. And the extra price that you pay for, you do get some extra features along with more capable cameras on the board. But that is my opinion. What is more important for me to know is what is your opinion about this phone and of this video. So do post them in the comment box below and show me some support by giving this video a thumbs up, sharing it with your friends, and most importantly, subscribing to this channel so that you can come back and see more of me. My name is Sid. Ciao.